Yeah, it's Matt from Diazable doing some more music reviews. Thanks for coming on by. Today I am checking out the band FunnyKid with their EP, The Last Box of Cookies. If you've never heard of this band called FunnyKid, they are a metal slash hardcore band based out of California. And they recently hit me up for a review, so I was really happy to do that. So shout out to the guys in FunnyKid. Thanks for letting me review your music. A little background on them is that they come from one of the Slavic slash Eastern European countries and moved to California. I'm not too sure when, but a while ago. And a lot of the music they're making here is about their experiences and in like during their childhood growing up under very, I guess, tyrannical and very almost dictator like ruling in those countries at the time. And they wanted to make some music that reflected, living in those harsh environments while having a chance to live in a more free environment. And so they want to talk about, like growing up in those hard times while also, trying to tell people like, let's not, revert back to those kinds of times of harsh ruling from dictators and tyrannical people. So it's a very, very political charged EP with this band. And I gotta say, it's pretty impressive what these guys are trying to do here. With a name like FunnyKid and an album called The Last Box of Cookies, you wouldn't expect any like thrashy, hardcore riffing songs, especially with the EP cover. But they surprised me because that's what the band is delivering here on this EP. The band is coming out really strong and really aggressive here with some fast, ripping riffs and some really hard-hitting drums, while also having some, I guess you could say, unorthodox slash, some distinctive kind of vocals. While this isn't a perfect EP, I would say that the music being created here has some solid potential with how much raw energy they have. And anyone who's into hardcore music is definitely going to enjoy this new band trying to make a name for themselves. And I guess the biggest thing that you could say that is very noticeable and very impressive here is the guitar work. The guitar work on here has some good dynamic styles to it because it ranges from, metalcore groovy style on the songs Obey the Elders, while being a little bit more thrashy with the song I Forgot. But I gotta say, throughout the whole EP, the riffs are quite engaging and are just very satisfying to like the listeners, especially if you're into hardcore music. They just are able to rip through things really nicely with the guitar playing. So I want to play a clip of I Forgot so you can hear that thrashy feel they have. Those riffs sound very solid. Another strong point on this EP is the drumming here. It's quite straightforward while also having a very groovy, hard-hitting sound to it, while, complementing the riffs quite perfectly, I think. Tracks like Holy Song and I Forgot really showcase the drummer's ability to drive and build up things with his high energy and very intensive playing. And I gotta say, he gets you pretty hyped up, especially on Holy Song, as it builds upon itself, and then they go really in at the tail end of the song. So I'll play a clip of that for you right now. Hard and they're going in. However, one thing I noticed about this EP is the bass playing here. It feels a bit inconsistent because on the tracks Burn the Garbage and I Forgot, it seems like the bass volume is really low and it's really hard to hear it. So it's not as impactful as it could be, especially when a lot of like the guitars and drums kind of fall out and it's kind of like just the bass, but it's like the vocals and the bass, but it just feels so inaudible and it's really hard to get a sense of it. So I think in future releases, if they worked on the bass a little bit, they could have some more impressively good songs, I think. So I'm gonna play a clip of Burn the Garbage so you can get a sense of the lack of bass on these tracks. Kind of feel like the bass is there, but it could be so much more and could have been more impressive if they just turned it up a bit. I will say on the songs Holy Song and Obey the Elders, the bass actually is a little bit more noticeable here, has more of a depth and groove to it, so you can see like what potential it could have if they focus on it more and give it some more oomphness to it, some more volume to it, and a little bit more attention. I gotta say the most decisive thing about this EP is the vocals, because you can clearly tell that he's still working on his technique and trying to get his voice, or at least find his voice, because at times it's cracking and it doesn't sound as strong. So it's pretty inconsistent and hard not to ignore. You can definitely tell his voice cracks a lot during Holy Song and Burn the Garbage. And, you know, it kind of disrupts the flow of the songs a bit because his voice keeps cracking. And, you know, I don't think that's anything bad. That's just part of life. And with more practice, he could get better for sure, I think. And one thing I really did think was quite impressive with this band, being a new band and everything, the production on here sounds really good. Particularly like, you know, just the overall sound of the riffs and the drums. They sound very crisp, clear. Even the vocals, even though they're cracking at times, they do sound pretty well. I mean, pretty good. And outside the bass at times, you know, that's not that great. But other aspects of the production sound really great. And at some moments, like, they have some really like early metalcore styles to them that kind of remind me of As I Lay Dying. So I would say there's potential here. It just needs to be fine-tuned and worked on a bit. And I think, you know, that's not a bad thing. The last box of cookies from the band, FunnyKid, is not, you know, it's not a perfect outing, but it has a very good, promising start for this band. And the EP offers like, you know, what potential they could have in the future with, you know, their hard-hitting riffs and very like good energy they have. The EP is filled with a lot of energetic and passionate vibes you can feel. It just needs to be fine-tuned a little bit. And, you know, it's a fun, energetic EP that I think anyone can enjoy, that just has some hiccups in terms of, you know, being a new band and trying to find your footing and everything. So I would give this EP from FunnyKid a good and solid 7 out of 10. Links down below. Check them out. I'm excited that they hit me up. Thank you guys. I appreciate your time and effort for letting me check out your stuff. And like always, guys, I'm Matt from Diazable, and see you in the pig.
Good things about you.